Industry Update Wednesday. I'm here with you. I am DJ Steph Saucy, the saucy man himself, with another update. Welcome and thank you for listening. If you're watching it, this is available on YouTube as well at Steph Saucy Talk. Ain't no reason for me to slow down what I gotta say today, because we just gonna put it out there, give you all the industry nods, the shame, the glory, the fame, everything. You already know how I do. Um, Nothing else is new. Last week I talked about Tekashi 6ix9ine, A Boogie, Lil TJ, King of New York claims who is the King of New York in rap. And Friday at 3 p.m., like I said, Tekashi had a major statement, a major single that dropped, Goba. It came out, 2 million views on Instagram Live, the most ever hip hop related, or maybe just in general on IG Live. All those niggas that were talking about they weren't going to check in with him, I'm pretty sure they checked in on his live video. Oh, and not only that, Tekashi breaks the internet, literally YouTube, with the most views in the 24-hour span for his music video, hip hop related. And then now I'm just getting news as I'm telling you today that he now has the quickest amount of views for a YouTube video ever. 100 million views for Goba. So this man clearly is doing numbers, and you cannot but acknowledge the recognition he's getting. But then once again, I know a lot of people said they ain't down for all that snitching shit. We get it, folks. We're at that point in 2020 where this is not even something we should be focusing on, someone that's a snitch, that's a rat, because COVID-19 is here and ain't going anywhere. But acknowledge what I just said. Tekashi 6ix9ine has the game wrapped around his hand, and now he's in debate for the number one spot. Of course, Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce with that Savage remix. Number one. Shout out to the females out there, man. Y'all should be proud. You got ladies that are stepping up in the game, man, making a name for themselves. And then, of course, you had Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj number one. Excuse me. Doja Cat and Nicki Minaj went number one. So that was a great deal for them to do that. And Doja Cat only been out a year and a half, maybe. And of course, 4 black ladies are featured in the top 4 of the Billboard Hot 100, the first time ever. You know what I'm saying? So, well done. Great accomplishment. And that kind of just, was piggybacking off of what Tekashi did with his numbers. And not to, discredit what those ladies did, but for the point of Tekashi 6ix9ine to be so relevant in society, it's newsworthy, right? People got to tune in, but are we tuning in because he's musically gifted or because of his character, his reputation? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what we're really looking for when he drops stuff or when he comes out on social media? I think that's the most important thing that people are paying attention to and liking, sharing, streaming his shit. You know what I'm saying? So there was a point in this week of Industry Update I want to tell you how just today he tried to give a $200,000 donation to the No Child Hungry Project. $200,000, a blessing, right? You would think it's a blessing, and unfortunately they declined his donation. And you would think, like, wow, a food organization, charity organization, is not accepting a donation out of all things. But yes, of course they don't accept it because it's 6ix9ine. They say in a statement that his activities don't match up to our mission and our values. So now we're not accepting the money. 2, is 6ix9ine, and 3, kids are gonna be left short of a meal. So is that going together? I mean, I don't get it. People accepting Donald Trump's stimulus package checks though. But people talk about Trump though, right? So, like I said, I mean, there's a double standard when it comes to this situation that I'm not going to put too much attention on. But damn, a blessing like that is denoted and rejected. That's unbelievable. I couldn't believe that. And then 6ix9ine posts on his comment that that money should go to Rich the Kid's jewelry fund, which is a lot of shame going on there. Has Rich the Kid posted on his IG story about the net worth value, his being 10 million compared to 6ix9ine's 4 million, I believe. So it's a lot of shame game going on in that, aspect of what's going on. Heading into the next thing I want to present to you is Future. Life is Good, not in 2020, but the single quadruple platinum, folks. That's 4 times platinum, 4 million copies sold. My goodness, that's a crazy number considering the fact that the song came out in January. And to now be at this junction point, we have to realize this is big, this album. I know you're not going to give me credit for this, but I said it from the beginning of my podcast. Future was going to come out with an album in May. And Drake. I thought it was Life is Good, but it wasn't. But I said they were going to come out with an album. I said it from January. I said around May time, kids are going to be out of school. Unfortunately, COVID-19 happened. No one's going on tour. But I said it. Take a listen. A lot to be expected. And I think you'll probably see this album drop around May. That's what I'm assuming. I think May is a good time for this album to drop. You got the summer out, and clubs are going to be heavy. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be having the sunroof down, just bumping trap. Because trap music essentially is what makes these artists like really big nowadays, man. And with that being said, the expectations on this album are gonna be, I wouldn't say very high. I just want to say it's gonna be a body of work that Future, I think, over the past 5-6 months is gonna be, showing us what this era has done for him. But at the same time, he is still a guy that still flexes and stunts in his raps. That trap scene, him being in the trap, you know what I'm saying? Something that, reflects his past. But at the same time, this younger generation catching up to the greats like Future and Drake, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see Lil Baby, he doing his thing. He wants his $5 million raise from his label after he dropped that My Turn Deluxe. You know what I'm saying? That shit was hard, man. So, this project, I think it's gonna be interesting. You got singles like Tycoon's gonna be on there. Life is Good, like I said, quadruple platinum. Also, 100 Shooters. We heard that last year, late in the fall. And Future is the type. He gets all the the shame from all his baby mamas and all the drama going on. Just this past week, we've been seeing that going on. But let's just talk about the work, the ethic he puts in, man, in this game. This is gonna be his 8th album. It's gonna be crazy, and I really do appreciate, the trap scene. Something that is influential, man. Like, coming from the era of Nelly, Ludacris, T.I. I'm gonna talk about Nelly versus Ludacris in a little bit, but then to now we're evolving as we see more artists being inspired by that trap sound and making numbers. Hip hop as a genre in general becoming a voice of reason, man. That's a blessing. It really is. And it kind of found my lane too. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to say. Then what we also got to get to, Swizz Beatz. Versus TV is out. And of course, this weekend, as I mentioned, Nelly versus Ludacris, the battle of the 2000 Southern / Midwest sound. Gonna be real interesting, man. 7 p.m. Eastern time. And you know what? I give a lot of credit to Swizz. I've always been a fan of his work. Just him and his raps. I think he's really good. But now he's pledging $1 million to the pioneers of hip hop. Some of the names: Melly Mel, Sugar Hill Gang. Of course, they came out with a single, Rapper's Delight, 1979. A lot of people also want to say Jimmy Splice is also one of the founders too, with his single back in the 1980s that came out, that made him prominent. Also, You know, this is a real cause, I think. And I think anytime Swizz does something, he really means it. You know what I mean? I think what he's doing with Versus is it's cool. Then at the same time, it's almost like predetermined, like who's gonna be the winner at times. But the ultimate goal is to celebrate the music, right? Because we all got opinions. Who had the better record? Obviously, this record did X amount of numbers compared to that record. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be real interesting to see, I think, this battle, because that southern sound, that down south explosion, Luda and his personality, man, I think it's uncommon. It kind of reminds me of the Baby. I'm saying this, I mean, we're talking about 19, 20 years later, an artist like the Baby, but these guys are just like, they're like alphas. They're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they take over their territory and their bars and then the beats, and then make something happen out of it, man, with the voice, just very aggressive, man. It's just real cool. It's real cool. And I think Ludacris, inspired a lot of, artists coming up. I think what he did with music videos too was incredible, man. His creativity was dope back in the days, man. Like, for real. Shout out to Luda, man. And on the Nelly side of things, a lot of speculations of the start of the Air Force One era. He started it, of course. He made the song Air Force One. And then, of course, that became popular. But Country Grammar was an album he had. Oh, what else I got? Nellyville, 3 Grammys compared to Luda. He also had 3 Grammys. There's a split right there, but the bigger artist is the question. Who's the bigger artist? It's kind of really hard to say, man. But I'm going to probably go with Luda. I'm going to ride with Luda on this one, man. I think Luda is a cool dude, man. I think he really has something in store for us, man. I think he really does. It's just a lot going on, man. I also like to say in Steph Saucy Talk to be safe. If you have to go outside if necessary. If you do, wear a mask. I am not from the government. I am not representing any agencies, but the safety is very important, man. I think, and you gotta just embrace these times, man. And this is Steph Saucy Talk, available on Anchor, Spotify, Breaker Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many other platforms. Here's a story you don't hear a lot. An IKEA employee found masturbating inside of a fucking IKEA store, and customers are watching. I know it's off topic, I know, but I just had to throw that out there, man. Tough times, right? I mean, we're supposed to be talking about social distancing and not putting your hands in your face, but to physically finger yourself in public in front of customers, it's kind of against what the federal government wants us not to do. But I mean, you're just horny at the time. I don't know what to say about that one. That's kind of ridiculous to me. But yeah, man, there's a lot of shit going on in the industry. It's just ridiculous. But the brighter things is the music. We celebrate life. Pop Smoke the other day went platinum for Dior. That's still going on, and the album's still gonna be coming. But this King of New York shit has to stop. This shit has to stop, and I don't want to talk about it anymore from now on. Rich the Kid's in New York. He's stunting, he's flexing, he's with Lil TJ. They shot a music video, something like that. People want him and 6ix9ine want to go numbers for numbers. Now, that could be another battle. Who's got the better records? Obviously, Rich been out longer, but let the numbers speak for themselves, like 6ix9ine always says. But it's nothing new, man. People just gotta stop flexing for the gram like they all at, and do what 6ix9ine did. Hey, look, try to donate to a charity, inspire people. This is a time to inspire, and this is a time where stability really counts. Like you say, like I say. Find your lane, find your niche, and just keep going at it. Keep growing and expanding, man. I'm trying to find out who I am in this media field as a personality, as a producer, as a podcaster. It's so many things you could do. Always learn, always keep, watching others and maybe reflecting off of them and putting it into your work. So now the question I have for you before we get up out of here, Steph Saucy Talk, it's in regards to hip hop. Hip hop being, prominent and one of the most loved genres. Are we going to see something different? Are we going to have a new wave of sound where it becomes more easily to get artists on tracks, to get artists prominent, famous, and not just from the likes of having a big image or a big personality, but to really understand the fundamentals of the game and how to get yourself out there and be successful? I think that's what we have to focus on in the near future, because people going to be home now more than ever. Concerts, is that ever going to be the same? We don't know, man, because a lot of artists are losing money. Don't be fooled. They losing money. All right? So this is Steph Saucy Talk with your guy, DJ Steph Saucy. I will be back for another week. Tune in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We ain't going nowhere. We here. All right?